Hi guys, so somebody asked for a tutorial on my V-Ray Toon shader. It's not actually a shader, it's a combination of masks that I composed it in After Effects. Any editing software works because you only need 4 masks, simple and very fast to render. We need some geometry, doesn't matter what. Basically, I wanna get my first mask using either a standard material with self-illumination of 100, but I prefer using a V-Ray light material with a gradient ramp. Let's test out what it does right now. Not so great. So I want to use it for masking two different colors, solid colors, so I get that cell shading look. I need a V-Ray light, either a V-Ray light or it works with Omni as well. I need a powerful light, so it makes that thick contrast. Let's try like 300. Doesn't matter at this point because we're gonna do some tests. So let's see what we get. Nothing special yet because it's a very light material, but I change the gradient type from linear to lighting, and now I should okay, so the colors should follow the light right now, but we need something closer to cell shading. I'm going for solid gradient, and from white to black, so I get the mixing right in my image editor. Nothing, so my light is way too low. Let me try bigger. Wrong window. A lot nicer right now, but I need to raise it a bit. This is kind of the result I wanted, so I'm going for a white backdrop, so I don't have the same color from the shading of the object on the background. Let me render. Oh, okay, this is kind of good, but you need to play with the position or whatever is the purpose of your rendering until it kind of looks okay. Um, you can either try to mix it from directly from 3ds Max, but I prefer the prefer the freedom of editing in After Effects or Adobe Photoshop. Get a look kind of like this, but okay, so let's do the mask. This should be a short and simple tutorial. Firstly, you need this mask. Second, you will need like let's do another V-Ray light material with V-Ray dirt, so I can get ambient occlusion. I like the feeling of even if it's cartoon, I kind of need to feel my volumes, and so let's play a bit with this. I don't think this. Let me assign the materials first. It's kind of harsh around these edges, so I raise the radius a bit and the fall off to something like this. Maybe it works for you, I don't know. It depends on the scale of the objects, so fiddle with the settings until you get something that you like. Okay, so I like this. You should save all these masks, like the first sequence. If you have an animation, you should save the first mask with the gradient ramp and the sequence with the ambient occlusion. Now we need a fall off. First let me render the V-Ray render line. So let's use V-Ray Toon world. Try this. You should get something like this. Fiddle with the settings here, so I don't know, maybe this would be okay, maybe a little thicker. Okay, save this sequence as well, and now let me deactivate the V-Ray Toon. And the final mask, I need some fall off type mask, so I can hide all my lines, ambient occlusion and stuff like that in the center of the object. I did a lot of experiments and I prefer it this way. Let me do a simple light material with a fall off and the diffuse, and now it should look like this. So in the center of the material it should mask all the lines and everything you have around here. Let me pull my old project and show you how I actually did it. I have this gradient ramp, the ambient occlusion, the fall off, and the line art. Okay, let me make a layer, I'll call it like base, and another one I'm calling shading. So you can choose either, I don't know which color it's right for your project. Let me get a creamier color for shading, something darker for now, and a bit red, like this. This I'm gonna mask with my gradient ramp rendering that I did. So now I have this. I should invert the masking, I guess. Let me see if it works. Yes. So this is your base color and shading. Now we should use, I can throw that away. You should use the ambient occlusion, either simple as that, or you can add a bit of color to it. I don't know, like maybe this. And when I'm happy with it, I'll activate my line art, set it to multiply. This is practically the basic tone shader that everyone uses, so I wanted a bit more refinement to it. I took like the ambient occlusion and the line art, and let's make a group and mask it all with my fall off. This is what's it for. Okay. So now there is a subtle, the line is more subtle, it's not like very up in your face, and the ambient occlusion as well, it's more on the edges and less on the inside. It works great in motion. You can either play with the levels or contrast or whatever, so you can get the perfect look you're looking for. I don't know. Can do that with the fall off as well, like masking more or less from the line art and ambient occlusion. Okay, so basically this is it. It's a basic tutorial. It's nothing fancy, but I guess it wasn't clear from the video description. Okay, This was my first video, so sorry for my stuttering and repeating, and have a nice day. Bye.